What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Opendoor. I want to go over some of the current data points, latest and updates, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Opendoor did have a pretty rough day yesterday, went down 15%. During the pre-market, it is up 5.22%. So starting to gain a little bit of traction. No real news or articles have come out to kind of justify and cause this push higher. Last thing that did come out of substance was from 𝗪𝗧, just reconfirming that they are having a new launch fairly soon, so a new product, and that's going to be most likely coming next week. So again, I think some people are kind of speculating based on that. Some people don't like that he's actually asking this, which I do tend to agree with because he is a CEO, not a influencer. This is more of a engagement farming type of question, but nonetheless though, market seems to be thinking that Opendoor is just a little bit hit too hard, so this is why it's recovering. There was a couple of 144s that was submitted after hours yesterday, two in fact. So you did have AI Liquid RE selling the remaining 13.6 million shares that they did have, and so that was also that transaction that did occur right over here. So on Tuesday or Monday evening, there was a 144 as well. So it looks like they did completely liquidate. Aside from that though, you also did have Access sell 74,000 shares. So nothing too crazy about this. They also did submit a amended 13D. And so just goes to show that there is about 17.6 million shares under Access's control. So good stuff in my opinion. But like I said, market doesn't seem to be caring about these institutions selling whatsoever. They're just seeing clearly the next big thing. And once again, the market is actually recovering today, so futures are looking pretty a-okay. Shorts at the time of doing this video, they are increasing 696,000 shares. So today should be a fairly interesting day, so most likely they will be trying their very best to suppress it at all costs. 23.07% of the free floats being shorted, works to be 153 million shares overall are being shorted. From a option standpoint, this is all data from yesterday because of course the market isn't open yet. During the trading day, or more closer to the market close, I could do a PM video just to give you a quick summary of what shorts did throughout the day and everything else. But based on this information, it does look like a recovery to $10 by the end of this week is anticipated. Bears, on the flip side, are anticipating for it to continue to break down to between that 6 to 650. So again, something to keep in mind. So far, some good transactions occurring, I guess, on the secondary market. Not all buys though, so that goes to show that algos are really pushing Opendoor higher, or potentially some of these transactions occurring on the dark pool are linked to hedge funds like potentially buying. So a lot of activity so far for the pre-market. But going back over here, so you do see two buys. One very first thing at 4 a.m., 169,000. 6 a.m., 108,000. The rest are sells. A couple of key points to watch for with it at 754. It is trading between all of these fib levels. So best case scenario, you see it close above that 763, which isn't too far-fetched to ask for, given how much has actually gone down over the last little bit. No new analyst ratings on a side note. So last one was, I think, a couple of days back, that $1, or sorry, yesterday, that $1 sell, KBW. Ryan, who has a 46% success rating. And then, like I said, just generally, it's gone down very, very fast. So in the next couple of trading days, best case scenario, again, for it to close above that 10-day moving average, signaling that there is a continued amount of actual momentum. One thing to take note of though is looking at this market position, you see roughly around that 814 to possibly like 850 or even as high as 875. There is a lack of willing sellers. So you have a strong wall right here, which technically Opendoor is going to be testing fairly soon, but in theory it could really run up to that 850 general range in the short term. So let me know your general thoughts on Opendoor. That's a very quick summary of what has come out, what is affecting it. things that you need to be aware of. So let me know your general thoughts. Like I said, I think given the circumstances and how volatile Opendoor truly is, I'll do a PM video just to give you a quick summary. But as far as macro data points, today is going to be more of a reflection day. So people just digesting what Powell said yesterday and yeah, what potentially could be coming as far as rate cuts, or in Opendoor's case, new products. So good stuff. Let me know your general thoughts on all that. What's your viewpoint on Kaz's kind of engagement type of questions? Do you think it's welcoming coming from a CEO standpoint, or do you think it's just wrong? What's your kind of 2 cents on all of that? And then one final thing, if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, pop over to my Patreon. I put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.